Don't cry, mister. You can borrow my mom. On Christmas Eve, a little girl said this to a lonely CEO, and his frozen heart finally broke. Like and subscribe to Inspiration Stories Box for more heart-touching stories. Snow fell softly outside the city cafe, turning the streets into a quiet Christmas postcard. Inside, people laughed, shared gifts, and hugged loved ones. But at a small corner table sat Richard Hale, a powerful CEO with more money than he could ever spend, and absolutely no one to share the night with. It was his first Christmas Eve since his wife passed away. The house felt unbearable, so he escaped to the cafe, hoping noise would silence his grief. It didn't. He stared into his untouched coffee, his eyes burning. A single tear slipped down before he could stop it. "Mister, are you crying?" Richard flinched. He looked up to see a little girl standing beside his table, no older than 6, wearing a red coat 2 sizes too big. Her eyes were curious, not judgmental. Embarrassed, Richard wiped his face. "I'm fine," he lied softly. The girl tilted her head. "My mommy cries like that when she misses my daddy." Richard's chest tightened. "Where is your daddy?" he asked quietly. The girl looked down. "He's in heaven." Silence settled between them. Then she smiled gently and said words Richard would never forget. "Don't cry, mister. You can borrow my mom." Before he could respond, she waved excitedly toward a woman standing at the counter. Tired eyes, worn coat, but a kind smile. "She makes hot chocolate better when someone is sad," the girl explained proudly. The woman rushed over, apologizing. "I'm so sorry. She talks to everyone." Richard shook his head slowly. "No, it's okay." He hesitated, then added, "She reminded me of someone I lost." The woman's expression softened instantly. "I understand," she said gently. "Loss doesn't take holidays off." The girl climbed into the chair beside him without asking. "See, you're not alone now," she said. Richard felt something crack inside him. For the first time that night, the cold loosened its grip on his heart. Like and subscribe to Inspiration Stories Box if this moment touched your heart. The woman introduced herself as Anna, a single mother working 2 jobs just to keep life steady for her daughter Lily. They talked, first awkwardly, then honestly. Richard shared how his success felt meaningless without the woman who once celebrated every small victory with him. Anna listened without interrupting, the way only someone who has suffered can. Lily sipped hot chocolate and hummed Christmas songs, occasionally patting Richard's arm as if checking whether he was still sad. "Mommy helps people feel better," Lily announced. "That's why I said you can borrow her." Richard laughed quietly through misty eyes. "I think she already helped." As the cafe began to close, snow falling heavier outside, Anna hesitated. "We're heading home," she said. Lily looked at Richard. "You should come too. Christmas is for sharing." Richard almost said no, habit, fear, loneliness. But then he remembered the empty house waiting for him. If that's okay," he said softly. That night, Richard sat at a small dining table, eating simple food, listening to Lily talk about school and reindeer, watching Anna smile at her daughter. It wasn't luxury, but it was warmth. Real warmth, something he hadn't felt in years. Before leaving, Richard knelt in front of Lily. "Thank you," he said sincerely, "for lending me your mom." Lily grinned. "You can borrow her again if you're sad." Anna blushed. Over the following weeks, Richard found reasons to visit, then reasons not to leave. He helped Lily with homework. Anna helped Richard remember how to live outside boardrooms. On the next Christmas Eve, Richard wasn't alone. He was sitting on the same couch, Lily asleep beside him, Anna laughing softly in the kitchen. And Richard finally understood. Sometimes healing doesn't come from time or success. It comes from a child brave enough to say, "You don't have to be alone." Like and subscribe to Inspiration Stories Box for more emotional and inspiring stories.